Hey YouTube, Logan with Hideaway Homestead here, coming to you today with a video that was requested in the comments section about my favorite weeds to give to my rabbits. Now, first of all, just a little disclosure here. It's very hard for me to consider any plant that I have a use for as a weed, and so basically what I did was I picked out plants that most people would consider a nuisance and anything that I have not planted myself. So that's what we're going to consider a weed today. So anything that just appears, that grows on its own, doesn't need any human intervention, and that more than likely to most people it's just a nuisance. So the first weed that I've got that I really like to feed to my rabbits when it's in abundant supply is plantain. They absolutely love plantain. So I've got some plantain here. And the other one is wild violet. Got a bunch of that in there. And then something that we just have bukus of that I feed to my rabbits a lot, and I've actually made a video on this one, is the goldenrod. Goldenrod is something they really like. Now they won't just eat tons of it, and they won't eat it every day. It's just like us. Even if it's something that you really like, if I gave you, I'm real fond of steak. If I had a steak every single day, I can do it for a really long time. But every once in a while, I'm gonna get to where, I think I'd like to have a pork chop, or some other kind of meat. Let's see what else we got. Oh, I made a video on this one as well. I think the next two I've made videos on both of them. But this right here, this is just the young tender shoots of it, but this is the Virginia spiderwort. And so it grows just naturally like a weed around here, and they tend to take to it pretty well. And then I've got the last one here, which is cattail. So cattails, you can find them growing all over the place in swamps, bogs, around ponds, and it's an excellent food source for the rabbits as well. So those are my, let's see here, 5 weeds. I think I counted those right. But those are my favorites, and the reason they're my favorites is because they're accessible. I can find tons of them around here. Another one that I would include that I have that there's not really a whole lot of right now, or well, actually, there's one right over here. Let me pick it real quick. I got it. There's just not as much as there is during the springtime, it seems, but that's a dandelion. The rabbits love dandelions, so that's another one that I guess we'll let that one be number 6 since it is available right now. But those are the ones that I find the most of, and I always use the weeds for the most part, unless I know that that weed has a good protein content and has a good amount of the nutrients that rabbits need to survive, that I'm not going to be starving them on it. I really feed it as almost like a side. So today, whether the rabbits have pellets or whether they have some kind of tree fodder, I'm going to give them that as their main course, and this here is just basically a salad. So I'll take these now and show you the rabbits. We'll watch them eat all of this, and that'll be pretty much the end of the video. Alright, so here we have our bunny feeding on the cattail, and on the other side over here I put in this goldenrod, but this little doe here seems more interested in trying to get a hold of the cattail. Let me see if I can't get her to munch down on some of this instead. Seems how it'll be easier to get to than the cattail. Yeah, she's a little more interested in the cattail. I tried to split it all up so that way y'all could see them eating the different plants, because if you put stuff all together, they're going to eat their favorites out first. So she's going to stick to the cattail. Maybe I'll take this goldenrod over here to the other side. So over here we have some dandelion and some plantain, and the little bunny right now is eating on the plantain stem. And then over here we have the wild violets. Little doe over here's munching down. She's munching down on that, and she was eating some of the spiderwort as well. Yeah, there she goes, chewing on some of that spiderwort with young tender shoots. And then we've got the bunny over here eating on the dandelion. So those are the weeds I like to give them, and I may give a bunch at one time, but I always make sure that it's before feeding time, you know, whether I'm giving them pellets or whether I give them some kind of tree hay, and that way they'll eat up a good bit of that, and worst case scenario, they just eat more than what they should, and you have more rabbit manure to spread on your garden. So if you've got any questions, leave them down in the comments. If you've got any recommendations for other videos, like I said, there's an extremely high chance that if you recommend a video that I make or suggest one, request it. I'm gonna do it. This is a very small channel right now, so you've got a really high probability of seeing that video made, as long as it's within reason. So yeah, just leave a like on this video if it was helpful. Subscribe to the channel for more. I drop a video every day, and thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.